Bradley. This is Miracles of Consciousness Radio. Do you often find yourself feeling like you are stuck in concrete boots and you're climbing up a muddy mountain? And the more you struggle to try to ascend that mountain, the further back you slide? Well, it could be that your abundance mode is being interrupted. Now, Dr. Bradley Nelson talks about the abundance mode in his Emotion Code book and during his training with the Emotion Code and Body Code. And there are several things that can block our abundance. But for those of you who are already tutored in the abundance mode and the Emotion Code, then also consider prosperity. I didn't know at the time when I was working with a client a little bit ago that there was actually a difference, and it was significant, the difference. So let me explain this. I'm talking a little bit in code here. Pardon the pun. All right. So as emotion code practitioners, we are always looking for ways to help people overcome that feeling as if life is nothing but a headwind and everybody else is prosperous but ourselves. And what is going on, according to Dr. Bradley Nelson, is there is a lot of trapped emotional energy that's blocking our way. And that can be defined in many ways. That can be trapped emotions, hidden trapped emotions, heart walls, hidden heart walls. It can be saboteur, hidden saboteurs, curse energies, etc. It could also be in our own mind, what we are creating through our images, our despair anchors, on and on and on. So, if you are one who would like to do self-healing, stay for the end of this video and I will walk you through that so you can try it at home. However, I know there's a lot of layers to this, and if you need help, please reach out to me at sallyknott.com, because on there for $25 for 25 minutes, we can clear a lot of energies that can get you started. But let's try to do it for free first. So, the first thing you have to understand is there is a difference between abundance and prosperity. And once you understand that, once you are aware that there are two different frequencies, if you will, that need to come into play and come into full alignment, then you can break it down and let it go. Remember, everything is coming into awareness of what is blocking ourselves. Now, let me define it for you. And I pulled this up on ChatGTP. You can pull it up yourself on abundance versus prosperity. It was defined to me as thus: abundance refers to plentiful supply of something. It indicates having more than enough of a resource, whether it's material possessions, time, love, or opportunities. Abundance emphasizes quality and availability. Now, Dr. Bradley Nelson, when he's doing the emotion code body code, he's looking to find the trapped emotional energies that are blocking your abundance. But I've learned this as a QHHT practitioner, quantum healing hypnosis technique, as well as an emotion code practitioner, certified in both, that there is actually another layer, that we are only as good as the questions that we ask. So when we clear the abundance, our abundance might be happy, according to Dr. Bradley Nelson. Say we've gone through, we've cleared the trapped emotions, we've cleared the hidden stuff, and then we recheck and find that our abundance is happy. But did you also know, especially for you practitioners out there, that you can have happy abundance, but unhappy prosperity? And Chat GPT describes prosperity as thus: prosperity goes beyond just having abundance of resources. It's more about thriving and flourishing, often in terms of financial success, well being, and overall quality of life. Prosperity suggests not only having enough, but also enjoying and fulfilling the life. So the abundance is sort of bringing everything into alignment so that it's there. But you also got to feel it on a visceral level. So when we work on that, we need to identify what is coming in the way. And if you've watched my videos before, you know that I talk about everything is in a vibrational frequency. You are either in vibrational match or you are not. When we are wanting to manifest the proper life, we have to become a vibrational match, because I promise you, for those of you who are dealing with the train wrecks in life, you are a vibrational match. That is the tough thing that we all have to come to terms with. And I had to do it too. It is not fun when we have to look in the mirror and say, I'm the responsible for this train wreck. Because it is so easy for us to say, you know what, that train wreck is because of this, or that. We all do it. That is natural. It's laying the blame elsewhere except for within ourselves. Now, yes, we can be victimized. I get that. I've been a victim myself, but I don't live in victimhood. I choose, like Bashar talks about, like Dolores Cannon talks about, like RJ Spina talks about, like, yes, even Cynthia Larson, the quantum physicist, talks about. Living in the present moment means that you can change from the past to the future how you perceive your life. Do you stay stuck, always blaming that other thing or person for your circumstances? Or do you just say, stop, that person's not in this room. In fact, they're not even in this state, or whatever that is, it's no longer here with you. You begin to say, all right, I'm here in my space and I define me for me. And when you are claiming that, and you no longer allow the frequency that has pulled you back, once you identify what that is, then you can allow it to go. And as I've said before, you are either in resistance or non-resistance. Resistance is everything that is fear-based. Non-resistant is everything love-based. So the first place you have to get to is being okay with you. If you've not watched the video on how to overcome regret, I suggest that you go back and look at that in my playlist, How to Overcome Regret. Because much of what's happening that interferes with our abundance is that we have regret. We have to punish ourselves. We have to tell ourselves we are not worthy. Now, whether we are saying that on a conscious level or a subconscious level, it doesn't really matter. We are saying it, and our subconscious mind is buying in to the narrative. So when these gurus out there are telling you live in the moment, they're asking you to identify that thing that is occurring to you right now in that moment. Oh my gosh, I regret so much that I behaved that way in that situation. All right, that situation, behaving in that way, is behind you. It's you're not undoing it. It's gone. It's water under the bridge. But like what Bashar, which is Dara Anka, who's channeling that information, is saying, that's gone. You have the moment now. You can create a new reality. And what the gurus are telling us, that we can create a new timeline. We create a timeline in which we have forgiven ourselves, because at the end of the day, it will all right itself. You cannot be human and not have something negative happen. That doesn't mean negative things happen is not useful. Dolores Cannon would say those things that feel negative, and what we've learned during QHHT is when we've gone through negative events, they weren't there to punish us. Maybe we have made wrong decisions, but if we can just step back and take a deep breath and just say, what did I learn from the experience? Then you can say, I learned whatever that is. What did you learn from the experience? In order to heal anything, you have to be very real and honest with yourself. The blame game has to stop. If you are still vested in blaming a situation or other people, then you're likely not ready for this step, because you do have to get to the place within your mind and your heart that you are now willing to look at things from a different perspective in order for it to heal and move on. If we're not willing to do that, we get ourselves stuck. We get ourselves absolutely stuck in living in the past, living in the what ifs, living in the regrets. And when we place ourselves mentally and emotionally there is no room for anything else because that is so big. And as we all know, everything is vibration and frequency, just like Nikola Tesla said. So that's why emotions, when you feel sad, you feel low. It's a low vibration. And when you feel happy and excited, that's a high vibration. Those are two frequencies. So if you're a radio station broadcasting, you are broadcasting and you are going to be a vibrational match for anything you're projecting out to return back to you. So if you want to get out of that and you want to feel something different, if you want the easy flow of abundance and prosperity, the first thing we have to ask is, what are the trapped emotions? What are the blocks? Now, the best way to do that, as I've always said in all my videos, if you've watched me, is get into a place of complete relaxation. When you're in a complete of relaxation, that allows the subconscious mind to sort of bubble up into your conscious awareness. And now you can identify what is going on. And if you just take a moment and you take in those deep breaths to calm your autonomic nervous system by breathing in through the nose, holding it for about 5 seconds, and exhaling through your mouth, and you do that 3 times, that will begin to calm down your nervous system. So then you can ask, what is it? What is causing me? What is the source that is blocking me? Allow those first few thoughts in the first 8 seconds to bubble up and feel that. What is it? You know, a lot of times I have to tell you, this is where it gets really hard. This practice is the easiest on paper and the hardest to put into practice because it forces you to look at yourself in ways that's uncomfortable. And there are those regrets. And you say, you know what? Yes. And you feel that regret bubbling up. And you have to look at it and say, yeah, that was a bonehead mistake. I can't believe that I allowed myself to do that. But instead of dropping it there and running away, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to face it. I don't want to feel it. Take another deep breath and say, what did I learn from the experience? Now you are identifying something that you've learned. Because remember, if you are on the awakening spiritual journey, you know that when you come into this experience, it is meant to help you grow and learn. You're not going to grow and learn if every day it's 80 and sunny. You're going to need those days where it's blistering cold, and you got to figure out what you need to understand in order to get back to those good feeling moments. And you can do it. So once you are ready to allow that and you immerse yourself into it and you say, yeah, that was really ugly, and it makes you want to cringe and run away and just not even look at it, you need to say, what did I learn from that experience? Allow it to find out, what did I learn? Did I learn patience? Did I learn humility? Did I learn how to be humble? Did I learn how to be patient? Identify what it is that you needed to understand. When the subconscious mind can grapple that, then it begins to allow the thing that is disturbing to float away. Because the subconscious mind will keep generating that image, that feeling, those emotions until you deal with it. Because it's all in the process of expanding your soul, growing and learning. It's okay. Now, the next step is this. Once you've sort of allowed that to bubble up, the next step I would have you do is, and this is how I do it. You have to do you. I'm not here to, say my way, the highway. I'm just giving you a way to do it, and the way to do that through your own belief system. So for those of you who are Muslim, then you're do it through your own belief system or whatever belief system. For those people who are Christian or Christian based, or just none, what do I want to say? You don't adhere to a religion, that you're more spiritual, you could say God source energy. That's okay too. The important thing is you do you, right? You do you. You come into that alignment, into that prayer moment, that aligns with you, whether religious or spiritual, regardless. And then you say, once you've identified it, through the power and authority of God or God source energy, I command all sources blocking my abundance, get out, get out, get out now. Lord, fill my mind, body, spirit, and soul with God's divine healing, cure, prosperity, and renewal. I receive God's cures, prosperity, renewal. So that's how you do it. You make sure that you're going through the steps, and then just breathe into it. And then you can feel those negative emotions begin to melt away. And what's really beautiful about that, and I talk to my clients all the time who feed this right back to me, they say that event doesn't bother them anymore. That's how you know you're over it. When whatever it is that caused you to block your abundance, when that thing that you've identified, once you've understood what you needed to learn from that event, what you've allowed to let go through the power and authority of God, what's really happening is that you're talking to the subconscious mind to allow it to go. That's what we do in QHHT. We take you to the place, allow it to go. So that's what's happening. Once you allow it to go, those events no longer bother you. That is liberating. Now, for those people, especially those of you who do emotion code, remember, I learned recently that we have to go beyond just abundance. There is what Dr. Brad might term is prosperity mode. So the next thing you need to do is, once abundance is cleared and happy, then the next step would be this. Once you've identified, again, first you do your abundance. Well, first you identify what the issue is. What did you learn from it? Are you ready to let it go? And then do the abundance, just like I stated. And now we're going to do prosperity. It's the same thing. You just switch out abundance for prosperity. Through the power and authority of God, I command all sources causing unhappy prosperity, get out, get out, get out now. Lord, bring your cures, healing, renewal, and energy healing upon me. I'm sorry, I probably kind of screwed that up. Through the power and authority of God, I command all sources causing unhappy prosperity, get out, get out, get out now. Lord, bring your healing presence upon me. Fill me with God's divine cures, healing, prosperity, and renewal. There we go. And then I receive God's cures, prosperity, healing, and renewal now, now, now. Now that's bringing the subconscious mind into alignment of prosperity, of abundance. You're allowing all the stuff that has been buried in your subconscious mind a way to come at peace with it. And now you're allowing your subconscious to no longer be looking for the very thing that wants to reinforce you to go back to thinking the same thing. We are interesting creatures, us humans. And everything I'm telling you, I've actually had to fight through myself. I just did it 10 years ago. And once I learned how to do it, I was all about sharing with the world how, if I can do it, me of all people, I know any of you can do it. And so when I do work with clients, we do go ahead and clear those trapped emotional energies. Again, if you feel like you haven't done it, just reach out to me. I know there's multiple layers, but it's worth trying this for free yourself. But at the end of the day, when I work with my clients, We clear those energies out, but then I continue to work with everybody until you can come into full alignment and you can do self-healing and whatever else you want to do, truly igniting the superhuman in you. That is the whole goal. And I only ask is that you pay it forward and help your friends and your family anytime that they are willing to allow you to help them once you figure out that yes, you can self-heal. And even if you can't, you need a little help. And once you know the tricks, and then you can do it, then you can show them the tricks. So we are unique spiritual beings on a beautiful gift of earth that is here to learn, to grow, and to expand. And you don't have to be bogged down by old stuff. There is a way out if you are ready. So with that said, I hope you've liked this video. If you have any questions, reach out to me at sallyknott.com. And if you are just not sure that this is right for you and you want to try it without spending a lot of money, I do offer a $25 for 25-minute session, so you can check it out there. Anyway, please give it a thumbs up if you like the video and hit subscribe if you want more information that is free tips to help you start igniting your superhuman. Take care.